One of the big ideas in the discipline of communication is that an audience deserves our attention. But even within that idea, there are lots of different directions that we could go with this. So today I want to talk to you about what would it look like, what does it mean to be audience centered? A speaker who's audience centered is allowing the audience to drive and direct the decisions that they make about their presentation. This could mean how they focus on the topic, how they talk about it, what sort of information they include, what arguments they present, how they present, the environment in which they present. It could influence almost every aspect of your presentation if you chose to be audience-centered. There are a couple reasons why we might choose to be audience-centered. And the first is, what's your purpose? Is your purpose to look really good? Is your purpose to influence other people? Is your purpose to sound really intelligent? I want you to think about, why are you giving the presentation that you're giving? If you're giving it for a class and your purpose for you is to get an A, that's okay. I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't reach for that. But I want you to really step back and ask yourself, why are you doing this? What do you hope to achieve for yourself, for your audience? When we're audience-centered, we start from a spot of wanting to honor our audience, but maybe it can go beyond that. Maybe you could teach them something. Maybe you could help them understand, a missed opportunity that they've had to see something from someone else's perspective. Maybe your purpose is to motivate them, to see something in the world around them and get excited about something. If your only purpose is to get through the presentation, your audience is gonna get bored. They're going to sense that lack of trust, that lack of desire, and you're not gonna do as well. It's gonna feel off, because it is off. Your purpose, your motivation is wrong. So, when we center on our audience, we start with, what's my purpose? What am I really hoping to achieve? When we center on our audience, we're more likely to keep them engaged. There's nothing worse than standing in front of a group of people and watching their eyes glaze over. They check their watch, they pull out their phone and respond to an email. When you center on your audience, you include things in your presentation that are specifically designed to keep your audience engaged. When your audience is engaged, it's easier for you to stay engaged and feed off of that energy. So, center on your audience. When we center on our audience, it's also a way for us to demonstrate that we care about our audience. I want you to think about a time that you were talking to someone and you realized that it didn't really matter if you were there or not. Have you ever had that happen? They're just talking and talking and talking, and you could replace you with a brick wall or a mannequin, and it really wouldn't change the conversation. You probably didn't feel like that person really cared about you, right? I think it's because they didn't think about their audience. They weren't centered on who's listening to me and how might that shape what and how I talk about something. So we can demonstrate that we care about our audience when we center on them. What do they care about? What within my topic would be of most interest or importance to them? Even if that's not maybe the area that you understand the best, go out and research it and understand it better so that your audience understands you care about who they are. When you center on your audience, it also helps you understand who they are. Maybe there's something that just happened in their life that connects with the topic that you want to talk about. If you don't know who they are, you might miss that opportunity to demonstrate that you care about them, that this big thing, important or sad or happy, that happened in their life that connects with this topic. If you can reference that, if you can pull that out, it shows that you've centered on your audience and it shows that you care. The last thing that this does when we center on our audience is it increases our credibility.